guys, it's Pam. Today I'm going to be creating my first video for Shawn Petite's design team. We were sent some stencils to play with, so that's what I'm going to show you. And my favorite thing to do is to create whimsy faces, so that's what I'm going to do. I've got just an old piece of cardboard here. It's from one of my kids' shoe boxes. I like repurposing things, and I love working on cardboard for some reason. But anywho, I'm going to gesso over this. We'll probably fast forward it so we don't take up too much time. Next thing I'm going to do, I've got the Dilutions paints. I've got the crushed grape, melted chocolate, and bubblegum pink that I'm going to work with. So I'm just going to smear these paints around. I need a little bit of this brown. I do like to work in threes or odd numbers. Try not to go too much on the brown. I'm going to put these aside just for a minute because I'm going to end up stenciling through these in a sec. Just use some cheap white. It's a titanium white. I'm going to put a little of this on the palette and smear it around too and just lighten those up just a little bit. This is just a makeup sponge, and what I've started doing is just ripping the piece off the end because I was throwing this away once this would get hard. But I just started ripping the end of it off. I'm going to dip it in this white paint. This is, I don't remember the name of this one. It'll be listed below, I'm sure. I'm going to try this first and see if I like it. If not, I'll smudge the white out. Because this is going to let that purple, it's actually a mask, let that purple, oh yeah, I like that. On the palette. Oh my, I just got juicy on there, didn't I? Got a big glob. Oh, I still like the way that looks. You can tell I've been playing with this stencil. I guess you could use it backwards, but it has been a favorite. I wish I would have asked for more of the ones with the words and letters, because it has been a favorite. Oh, cute. I may end up coming back with more of that again, because some of it may get covered. Probably should use a brush or something a little better, but I don't mind that smudge. I really kind of like it. One thing, if you guys have an iPad and you use Procreate, what I've been doing is taking pictures of my backgrounds, some of them when I get done, and using that on the Procreate app. And I'm just going around dragging some of these other pieces out here, putting some different shapes in here. Lines. Now I'm going to let this dry, or I'm going to dry it because I'm too impatient, and I'll be right back. Next thing I'm going to do is I took a picture of one of my journal girls and I ripped her eyes out, so I'm going to use those, and I think I'm going to put her kind of right here. So this is the Liquitex Matte Medium, and I've just got a cheap old Crayola brush. That's what I usually use for, well, I'll use it anyway. On any of it, really.
Love you.
Love you, baby. I'm just gonna put her down. Whoa. Gonna dry that, and then show you what I'm gonna add to it. So now I'm just gonna kind of draw where I want her nose. I want it that low or a little higher, and I need a darker something here. I'll get this Stabilo out. I had put it away for some time and then just pulled it back out lately, and I'm just doing a rough sketch of this right now because I'm fixing to add some paint. Just trying to see where I want the placement of everything. She might be odd shaped. It's okay. And I have been really enjoying these bald heads lately, so I'm probably going to make her look like she's peering out from the side here. Cool. Now some of that white paint that was left on here, I'm going to have to add some more. I'm too stingy with it, y'all. Now I'm just going to go over and where that Stabilo I probably should have went ahead and added some of that on her facial features. Let me do that back here so when I do hit that, it's going to pull it and help shade. I'm just adding it to some parts where I do want some shading. There. So we'll let some of this Stabilo do the work for us. Now this craft paint is nowhere near as opaque as some of the better quality paints, but I like being able to see some of the background through on my paintings. This just depends what mood I'm in. And this is getting to where it's pretty dry brushing. And I'm going to cover up all of this, just shade in her whole face or color in her whole face with this white. Let's see. I think we're going to take some of this chocolate brown now and use it for some of the shading. Now we'll be mixing it in with some of this white. It looks kind of bold at the moment, but I'm going to tone it down some. Now I'm going to want to add some brown to those lips. It's a little bright, isn't it? Sometimes I add the cheek color down here, and sometimes I like it here. I think I'm going to go with what I've been doing the last few days. So now I think I need to bring that brown back. Just a little bit of brown. Put some color in those lips. Need to kind of mix it a little bit here. I'm going to fix that. It looks kind of funky right now, but I'll fix it. One other thing I will be using, y'all, I've been doing, especially for the eyes, is using some golden high flow. That little bit fixed it, I think. Needs a little bit here. I'm going to take a skinnier brush now and put some white in her eyes. I'm trying to learn to not be so perfect with this part because I really like the dabby looking, that's not really the right word. Is dabby a word? Kind of dabbed on paint instead of real straight perfect lines. I like that sketcherly, painterly feel to it. There, that helped pull her out too, didn't it? So I'm going to put this here, but I do need to come in her eyes with some color. I'm going to put just a little bit, and it doesn't take much. And as with the other colors, this shading gray, golden high fluid, I'm just going to put just a little bit on my palette over here. Doesn't take much. I'm going to color in her eyes just a little. Her pupil. Make that pop back out. Kind of define this edge here a little too. And if you give a little shading right here, it looks good. Scratching back some of that paint. And you can use black for that if you prefer, but I do like some shading right here. And sometimes I'll just go ahead and drag that line out while it's still a little bit wet. Her eyes are kind of low, aren't they? I'm going to get a little bit of this Queen Nicolazo gold because I like the golden looking eyes. And y'all, this stuff, those high flows are worth the investment. Oh yeah. See, it's like a hazily yellow. And then because I got it here, I want to put it through too. And I'm going to put it mostly on this side so it looks like a little bit of a golden sun on this side of her face. Really just digging this brush in over here. A little bit down here. I may add some more of that to it, I'm not sure. But for now, I think I want to pull some of these lines back in. I'm going to go around it with this Stabilo. I'm kind of scared to do that because I've not been using it as much. And I should have put her some ears on, y'all. I always forget ears. Maybe she just doesn't want to listen. She doesn't want to hear it. There. That looks better. And now what I can do is wet this Stabilo and smooth these lines out. And it'll darken this up some too. But it'll help it to not be so too harsh of a line. If that makes sense. And I always just do a scribbly line for eyebrows. I haven't really devoted a whole lot of time to perfecting those. But it's okay. And if that's too dark, you can just wet it and take it back some. Did I put some on her pupils? I don't know if I did. This looks a little low here too, doesn't it? Or not low enough, the white. There, that helped round that eyeball out a little bit better because it was a little flat. And I'm just going to smudge this color out because I don't want those drastic lines like that. And this eye over here is a little darker, but that's okay because the sun's coming from over here. And what I will do when I finish with this piece is, I'm going to turn this a little bit, is spray it with a fixative so it locks in this Stabilo. And I can put a varnish over it or whatever to seal it if I want. And you don't have to do all of this. I've got some Prismacolor new pastels I've been playing with. I really like. And because there's a little bit of this yellow here, I've been playing and learning how to use more mixed media. And I've got all this stuff that I don't use that much. And it's just sitting there. See how it looks like she's got a little bit of a glow? I'll add a little over here, but not a lot. There, that warmed that piece up, didn't it? I'll put a little bit in her eyes too. Next thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of this Quinn Nicolazo Gold. I'm going to take this brush and go around her. And I love the way this finishes it off, and when it touches that Stabilo, it kind of grunges it up, and I'm fine with that. Now I hate I didn't add any ears to her, but it'll be okay. This just rich, and I mean it just, that's a pretty color. And I love the way it activates that Stabilo. I think I'm going to drag that there a little bit. And then I kind of dry brush it out, blend it out some, but I like that scratchy look it gives. And her face is a little wonky shaped here. So I'm going to chop this off a little bit over here. Looks like it was coming down. That'll be fine. You can look in the camera and you get a different angle of it. Sometimes it does make sense when people say take a break and back away from it. Alright y'all, I'm going to dry this and be right back. Now I'm going to grab a piece of chalk. I used this morning and it came out really pretty. The Prismacolor. This is a 216P maroon. And I'm just going to scribble around the edges and smush it in with my fingers. And I may add a little yellow to that side. But when you mix it with that Quinn Gold on the back, it gives a nice orangey pink that I really like. And I think this girl didn't have any ears for a reason. She's going to listen to her inside. So I might need to put listening from within. Need to choose some words. But I do know I'm going to need a lighter spot over here. I'm going to let that dry, and while it is, I'm going to add some yellow here just to see if I need it. Not really. I'm just going to write the word over here, and I might cut this off. I don't know if I want all of this left on here or not, but if I cut it, it won't have this edge. So just going to use a Prismacolor black. Something I just like to do is kind of put little, fill in the letters. I think I'm going to call this done, y'all, and just leave it like that. I don't know if I'll add something over here later, but I kind of like her as she is. But there's a way you can repurpose your art, use those stencils, create some really cool backgrounds, and I thank you for watching. And go look at her blog to find out what all supplies and all that good stuff are. Thank you. Have a good day.